I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Thursday, March the 21st, 2013. President Barack Obama gave his speech at the International Convention Center, or Binyanei Ha'umah, in Jerusalem this evening, where he addressed a packed house made up mostly of students from Israeli universities. In his opening remarks, the president referenced the upcoming Passover holiday and the universal struggle for freedom. Obama said that after centuries of exile and suffering by the Jewish people, the dream of freedom found its true expression in the Zionist idea, to be a free people, he said, in your homeland. The president also emphasized the U.S.'s commitment to Israel's security, mentioning the threat of rocket fire as well as the threat of a nuclear-armed Iran, and reassured Israel that they are not alone.
Those who adhere to the ideology of rejecting Israel's right to exist, they might as well reject the earth beneath them or the sky above, because Israel's not going anywhere. And today I want to tell you, particularly the young people, so that there's no mistake here, so long as there is a United States of America, atem lo lavad. You are not alone.
Regarding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Obama said peace was possible and reiterated his support for a two-state solution.
Given the demographics west of the Jordan River, the only way for Israel to endure and thrive as a Jewish and democratic state is through the realization of an independent and viable Palestine.
The president ended his speech saying that tomorrow he will visit the graves of Theodore Herzl and Yitzhak Rabin and then also visit Yad Vashem. He said that with all of Israel's history on its shoulders, it must now claim its future. The crowd gave the president a standing ovation. Obama then left to meet with officials from the U.S. consulate in Jerusalem and will later dine with Israel's president, Shimon Peres. Mark Golub will be speaking in depth about the president's speech with Jerusalem Post columnist Issy Liebler on Shalom TV's In the News. Well, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu released a statement after Obama's speech expressing his thanks to President Obama for his unconditional support of Israel, and said he shares with the president's views regarding the need to promote peace and to ensure the security of the people of Israel. Reuters reports that a small Islamist group called Majlis Shura al-Mujahideen has claimed responsibility for this morning's rocket attack on Israel. The group said in an internet statement that it fired the rockets to show that Israeli air defenses could not stop attacks on the Jewish state during President Obama's visit. 4 rockets were fired from Gaza into Israel early this morning, with 2 landing inside the city of Sderot, causing some damage but no injuries. And 2 rockets reportedly fell short of their target, landing within the Gaza Strip. President Obama had condemned the rocket fire attacks from Gaza while visiting Ramallah earlier today. The Jewish Week reports that Jewish leaders were among a diverse group of religious leaders who were invited to hold an audience with the new Pope yesterday, where the pontiff pledged to foster the interfaith dialogue begun with the Nostra Aetate decree of the Second Vatican Council. Pope Francis addressed Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, Sikh, Jain, and non-Catholic Christian delegations, telling them that the Catholic Church was, quote, aware of the importance of the promotion of friendship and respect between men and women of different religious traditions. About a dozen Jewish leaders were in attendance, among them Rome's Chief Rabbi Riccardo Di Segni, the American Jewish Committee's International Director of Interreligious Affairs, Rabbi David Rosen, Executive Director of the Latin American Jewish Congress, Claudio Eppelman, and National Director of the Anti-Defamation League, Abe Foxman, who expressed his hope that the new Pope would open the Vatican archives to shed some light on the role of Pope Pius XII during the Holocaust, something that has been a cloud, Foxman said, and will maybe now be resolved. Pope Francis had publicly called for the opening of the archives when he was cardinal in Argentina, saying it was necessary to learn the truth. There have been allegations that Pius XII remained silent despite the mass extermination of Jews during the Holocaust, and that he was friendly to the Nazis. Others have claimed that he secretly instructed Catholic clergy to hide Jews and that he did so himself inside the walls of Vatican City. And Reuters reports that a book written by Pope Francis and Rabbi Abraham Skorka, the rector of the Latin American Rabbinical Assembly, will now be translated into English. The Pope co-wrote the book entitled On Heaven and Earth, Pope Francis on Faith, Family, and the Church in the 21st Century, when he was cardinal in Buenos Aires, and together with Rabbi Skorka covered such topics as God, atheism, abortion, the Holocaust, same-sex marriage, fundamentalism, and globalization. According to its publisher, the book will be available in the U.S. and Canada on May the 7th. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Thursday, March the 21st. I'm Teisha Bader.